Easy does it. Oh, shit. Look at that! Ben, you are an absolute legend. Fuck. Hello and welcome to a tribe called Ben Had Man Flu. So today we're making a video. Now I thought it's time for me to leave Phase 7 behind and play some Phase 8, Season 8, Grand Harvest. So here we are. I still have a Best Trucks guide coming and other videos. However, I just wanted to make a little bit of gameplay. So we're going to do the tasks from Sunsails Technologies. Yes, this is where we get to deliver a wind turbine. Spoiler alert! So today, we're going to take out the Twin Steer 6900, or Western Star 6900 Twin Steer, as it is actually called. But anyway, we're playing on Xbox Series X, which means the game may crash. It's not the most stable recently. I had about 5 crashes yesterday while trying to make my Best Trucks video, and it was causing me immense mental pain. So the first mission that we are going to do is called Clean Energy. We've ordered the last batch of turbine fan blades recently, but one of them seems to have gone missing. How do you lose a wind turbine? That's quite impressive. But anyway, we know it was unloaded at the railway station. So we need to get some sand, some cement, and some medium logs. Riveting. Now I think we'll get the sand first, which means coming down this wiggly road. So yeah, we'll go there. I changed my mind. We're going to the sand storage area. Now I have chosen the mighty Twin Steer because I can't be bothered to get trailers. To be fair, one of the things I will talk about in the Best Trucks for Season 8 video is that the trader stores either don't exist on the map or they're just that annoying distance away. So using them can be a bit of a pain, and actually some of the orders that you need to collect, cargo quantities, are numerous. Concentrate, Ben, use your words. What I mean by that is that you need 4 of something, which rules out a 2-slot cargo bed, and even if you have 2 plus a crane, that's still 3. 2 plus 2 works, but then sometimes you need to load things such as potatoes, so then you need a crane, and well, I'm old and lazy. So here we are with a truck where you don't have a crane, but as long as I can pick up the sand the normal way, then I have enough space for all 4 in one. And all that extra weight will make this truck a huge liability. Yes, it is very capable off-road, mainly because the front tyres are on a different postcode to the back. And of course it now has all-wheel drive, so my review is now obsolete. But actually no, it was good before and it's even better now, so yeah, happy days. But of course, problem is if you had a mod, and maybe there is one, if the front was articulated, so the front could sort of rotate sideways, separate from the back, that would make this such a different truck. Because you would have a reduced likelihood of what happens at the front tipping over the back and what happens at the back tipping over the front and vice versa. So yes, that would be what I would do if I was redesigning this truck. Of course, this truck probably won't be going quite as off-road as you do in SnowRunner as it would in real life, but anyway. So yeah, Manflu, I really enjoyed that. Honestly, it knocked me for 6. That already dangerously tippy angle there. Off to a flying start with Mr. Twin. I mean, it is one of the coolest looking trucks. And it says wide load. No jokes about family on this channel, of course. So, and again, a little tippy there. I feel like this was not the best place to bring the Twin Steer. These giant moguls. So that's the thing with this map, or all 4 maps in Belazersk Glades. They are rather mogul-y. So they're big maps, and they're sort of flat as a whole. There aren't random mountains and big elevation changes generally, but in a short space of time, you can go from lovely and flat to absolutely miserable and wish you had never been born. Which is kind of what's starting to happen here. I have no idea why I picked this stupid route. But we're going to give it a go. Now, it's a little devious because you think this map doesn't have too much mud, and if you stick to the main routes, and you should, because actually you really won't save much time. In fact, you'll probably take considerably longer like I am now. But, yeah, you do get sneaky bits of mud where you think, oh, that's a good shortcut. I'll just sneak through the trees. There's one quite near the garage on Crossroads that you'll make time and time again, and actually it's horrendously slow. You could have taken the road route at least twice by the time you make it through on the other side and all the mud. So, yeah, what appears to be a relatively easy map, and it isn't technically difficult, but it certainly pays to know where you can and can't push your luck. So now, of course, what you should do is put these on after you've turned around, but I'm an idiot, so we're not going to do that. That would be too sensible. So now we need to deliver it to the wind turbine. Woo! So actually, what we're going to do is not be a moron. I probably maybe cut that bit off. You have to do one shortcut. I mean, I can't go cold turkey on my reckless driving. That would be unhealthy. Okay, so now we've got even more weight dubiously placed on a very thin track. Love it. And actually, it's just quite a fast track. And you can raise it up quite high. So there are multiple reasons why this thing can and will tip over. But I didn't have to go and get a trailer. And that alone is worth it. Right, until I actually do fall over. But hey ho, whatever. I'm pretending to be a train for the moment. Easy does it. Oh shit. Look at that, Ben. You are an absolute legend. Fuck. Okay, so now we're gonna grim and bear that. Why did I recover it? I didn't want to recover it. Oh no. Okay, so we've changed our mind. So here we go, the 5600 TS. Let's see if we can not make a pig's ear of this mission again. Of course, we'll take the same shortcut because I'm an idiot. Yes. Marvelous. This thing is slow. I feel like this could be a high-range special. Although I don't need any more speed. That is the absolute opposite of what a complete moron like me needs. Some nice details in this map. Not quite the same as Maine. I think they really hit that hard in terms of the theme. With all the little Easter eggs. But you do get creepy scarecrows. I was going to say Spider-Man. I was like, that's not Spider-Man, Ben. That is absolutely not Spider-Man. In any shape or form. Across the deadly irrigation channels. Oh, little bouncy. So for some reason, bringing a tall, long, thin track to one of the worst mogul areas is probably not the most sensible. And this truck does have a little bit of give, though, between the front and the rear. But what we should actually do is use this little mud trail here. Yes, look at that. Now we're trucking. I actually used SnowRunner for the first time with a steering wheel, and it was it was not awful. I was testing out the PXN V9 and V10, which were actually pretty decent, considering you get half decent pedals in there, and the wheels work quite nicely. And you get your shifter, which is really fun in Forza. Going full manual, El Manuel as the meme goes. And he puts the little sombrero on the gear stick. Anyway. I'll be honest, it was pretty hard motivating when I had about half an hour's energy per day. Whatever I had, I would not wish on my greatest enemy. Not that I really have enemies, but anyway, if I did. So now we're making a little more sensible progress. Oh no, there's a drowned... Is it a 166? I get confused with all the tuzzes. Of course, we did a lovely video on that many moons ago. SnowRunner is in its 3rd year, I believe. And Season 3 is a thing, so yeah. You're stuck with me a little longer. Of course, I mainly write the script for my videos because it's just easier, and I think, well, it's not easier, it actually takes considerably longer, but I waffle less and I can make more points and make more jokes. A little bit more of a thought about what I want to say, because actually when you're on your own, it's quite hard to have banter with yourself. Not gonna lie. So instead of going through the deadly tree forest on a very long truck, it's kind of maneuverable. It does have 4-wheel steer, let's be fair, but the other 6 wheels don't. So that's 40%. That would be fine, and the other 60 may become a bit of a liability. So here we are. That's some lovely wildflowers there. These are pretty maps, however, the next gen versions, they're okay, you know, 60 frames per second is nice, but I would quite like just a little improvement in the quality department. It's a little mushy sometimes. Like, some maps or moments look good, or both, but sometimes they really don't. So we'll avoid the tree graveyard here. I do quite like using first person just for a bit of immersion, but I've already tipped over once, and I just don't think I can take that kind of disappointment. Not today. So here we are. Here is the area where everything went very wrong. Now, of course, maths fans will have noticed a slight issue, and that is your trailer, your cargo bed, has 3 slots. And of course, we have 4 things to pick up. So, yeah. I haven't done this very well because they're sort of right in the middle, aren't they? And of course now the anchor's going to anchor. I mean, I think it did. Now there is no way to find out better than the old proof in the pudding. Yes. Oh, I love it. Handled with all the grace and perfection of a truck driver like me. Yeah, you can drop sand, it's fine. If we were transporting Ming vases, obviously, I would be doing this very sensibly. Now, of course, here we go. Oh, stop it. They're going to write ballads about me when I die for my SnowRunner skills. So what we're going to do... bring the crane in. Fold it down. Now, if that doesn't scream idiot, I don't know what will. It's actually not touching. Just concerning. I think it's something to do with the detection box on the snorkel. On the exhaust, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to follow the actual trail. And slowly. Because I may have said this thing wasn't very fast initially. But when you're carrying 4 bags of sand, suddenly 2 miles an hour feels like 30,000. Like we're remaking Top Gun. Actually, they did. It was very good anyway. Slowly does it, Ben. Look at that. Do we dare go into L+? Oh, he's doing it. Doesn't take much, though, to just nudge gravity a little too far. Now, of course, being the professional truck driver that I am, I haven't actually packed the cargo. Yes, there we go. Oh no. Please, Ben, please, just slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Of course, if you're a virgin, that means nothing. Now this seems like bumps up and down, not left to... No, saying that. Now obviously I know you lot are here to watch me carry sand, so this is going to be incredibly exciting. But weirdly enough, this is why SnowRunner is so enjoyable. It's just a nice pleasant drive. The golden hour's coming. Look at that lovely golden sun. And here we are, doing an honest day's work, delivering sand to find a wind turbine. I don't know, it doesn't really make much sense. But anyway, you don't question it in SnowRunner. Just like you don't ask why you're the only person alive. There are other sightings of people, but they disappear, so that means they're ghosts. If you're able to vanish when people get near you, you are definitely a ghostly visage. So yeah, just you and 8 seasons of maps. Now I am still making my lovely... Oh, am I supposed to go that way? No, we're not going to do that. Looks very bumpy. Not worth the pain. Yeah, so I am still doing my every Phase 1 and Phase 2 map ranked in terms of difficulty, and also I'll probably... Well, I know I won't probably. I will, because I've already started writing it. Talk about the enjoyment of each maps, because difficulty and fun aren't necessarily the same thing. And actually things can be fun and difficult if they're done well. Although these days I do prefer my gaming to just be enjoyable, light-hearted. I know some people love the whole ultimate realism thing, but it's not really for me, if I'm honest. That was a little precarious. Oh, now there's a pit of water. Could also be dragon's blood. It's definitely debatable. Do we dare take this shortcut? You know the rules, and so do I. You don't take shortcuts, Ben. I was going to use the winch, but unfortunately, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to winch the sand permanently on the top. So, yeah, we're just going to take it steady. Hope for the best. Look at all that lovely mud. I have to get the hose out. Not a euphemism. I mean, it could be. It's pretty obvious, but anyway. Look at that. Ah, oh, this looks like a berm now. Good on a BMX. And a NASCAR. Not good on the Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is awful. I think I'm running out of fuel, aren't I? Oh, 2 litres of fuel. And here ends. Look at that. Okay, well, we may as well just stop the engine. I'm just going to put the anchors down. I don't like how we're leaving the truck. So now what we're going to do... God, you thought this was just going to be a standard delivery, didn't you? Here we go. Let's go get some fuel in the local area. So we've come to the realization that the 5600 TS has a bit of a weakness, as we've mentioned before. It is not the best on fuel, and even if it was, it doesn't really have much of it. And of course, that is a lethal combination on a big map with relatively slow progress. And to be honest, why I'm taking the Tatra is another decision, and I'm not entirely sure about. It's not the fastest either. This is Croatia's finest, but it is pretty stable. I just have to get down this dirt track. The game hasn't crashed, so I said it was going to crash, and now it hasn't. It's weird. Yesterday, honestly, I could not do anything. Ah, you forgot to turn these two on. That explains a lot. Honestly, I am not peak performance mentally. Now, of course, you don't want the wheels to spin needlessly fast because it digs you a hole and you don't actually make much progress. It's go down the gears until you get traction. That is basically it. Although some tyres and engine and truck and blah 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 combinations, you can just plant it, and actually being in auto will get you faster than the low gears. So it's one of those sort of things you just learn by playing a lot or just testing on the fly. And I do like this truck. Once it's going, its 5th gear is pretty decent. And it looks cool. It is a very interesting looking truck. Now, final test. Let's not tip over. 10 meters away from our rescuee. We need the rescuer. Now we're going to get those roof supplies in action now. Yes. That's 280. Why did I say 150? Now, of course, if I was more sensible, I could have brought a fuel-specific truck and then had a little emergency vehicle there. In fact, the Cat 745C, with its fuel carrier, good for rescuing, good for fuel recoveries. That would have made a lot of sense, but sense is not my middle name at the moment. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why I had that over the front. I suspect this will improve my ability to not fall over. I have no idea. I mean, it makes sense. God, those wheels are really stuck up in the arch, aren't they? Look at that. It's low riding. Now, of course, another thing in SnowRunner, it's easy to do. You bring another truck, you know it's nearby, so you feel like you got your big boy pants on. And, of course, then you tip over because you get reckless and stupid. So we're going to try not to do that. So we'll get to the road, to there, and then there. Yes. The worst is over. But this is the thing with SnowRunner. According to my recording software, I have been playing for more than half an hour, and it honestly, it feels like 5 seconds. This game just eats time. It's dangerous. Now, while I was partially dying of man flu, I did also play a little bit of Fable Anniversary. I remember playing that when it came out. Pretty awesome game. It's actually still fun. And the way the sort of game is framed is obviously an RPG, but it's kind of mission-based RPG style. And if you're good, then you get a halo at peak, and you can do slightly different skills. And if you go evil, then you get little horns, and you look all shadowy and mysterious, and probably own a motorbike. The combat's pretty decent. I mean, it's not the best. And also, something you didn't know about when you were teenage Ben or younger Ben, when I was playing the game originally, you can get the absolute best sword in the game after just 2 tasks. You have to summon a wasp, and then you rush towards the wasp, and that can put you in the floor. And of course, what's located in the floor? The Sword of Aeons. So, a little bit naughty. Probably will get patched one day, but for now, it's hilarious. And to be fair, I've completed the game once already, so I'm allowed to play it again in a slightly different way. And it's pretty awesome. I was also playing Metal Gear Solid 5, 0 Hour, and what the other... I forget the other one, whatever it's called. And then it was actually Peace Walker that I wanted to play, with the whole mission combat thing. But I had the wrong game, so I completed the wrong game. Didn't seem quite right, but anyway, we had fun. Metal Gear Solid 1 is still one of the greatest games of all time. Gosh, he's a thirsty steed. I do like the immersive mode because you can have a much nicer view of the game, but you do sort of forget about your fuel level. And having to press up, of course, kills your throttle. Maybe if there was a way just to have that quietly on, that would be nice. So here we are, 4 bags of sand, gently coming into place. Here we go. I hope this is fine. Of course we have to pretend that we packed the cargo. And there we go. Absolute winner. Maybe we should restore the crane. Yeah, there we go. Are there any of you out there who restore the crane manually? Because honestly, life is precious. You should stop doing that. It is not worth it. I'm gonna go rescue the cement. I say rescue like it's being held hostage. We got a terrorist situation. Cement is being held against its will. Oh, look at that. Ah, I jinxed it. There we go. Gosh, she's a throaty little number, this one. Powering away. Oh, a bit fast for the terrain. Nice to see that is still a physics component of a game well after its 2 years of being on sale. Happy days. But anyway, this thing is pretty far. Oh, I made that mistake before. This thing is pretty speedy. Actually fairly good off-road. There are quite a few trucks around this. The CT680, 681, HX520. There's a 49X, and yeah, there are loads of trucks that, to be honest, they all look quite similar, but they do have a lot of variety between them. And this is probably one of my favourites. The front wheels are a little weird. They do sort of bend more than they actually would in real life, that's for sure, but I like the fact that it's got controllable diff lock and AWD. It's generally a pretty capable truck. It's got decent ground clearance. You can have the truck, trailer, and okay, we're showing the problem with having the wheels and having a too long a wheelbase. And those feet for the crane isn't helping right now. That's sort of digging in. But anyway, on the flip side, that very weirdly bouncy, flimsy suspension, well, it's actually not particularly... It is a little bouncy, but it's more able to soak up bumps without jolting the vehicle, so it has good rebound potential. You don't want too much or you will bounce. See, look at that. It sort of bottoms out before it does anything jumpy, which I like. How are we doing for fuel? Oh, this thing is much more efficient. Of course, that's the trailer store, so let's just pretend. Obviously, I was using that to reverse into the cargo area. Jeez, why would anyone think otherwise? What do we need? It's 2 cement, wasn't it? We'll go back to daytime because I know on a mobile device and whatnot, Can be a bit of a pain to see. Popping a wheelie and an endo and stoppy. So many names for the same thing, and they're probably all outdated because I haven't been on a BMX for, I'd say, decades. Well, my little trials bike still in the garage. Oh yeah, Onza baby. It's actually awesome. It's got little hydraulic Magura rim brakes. Absolutely miniature, 1 speed, silver, blue calipers. Oh, it's an awesome thing. Maybe one day I'll do a video bringing that back to former glory, along with my car that hasn't moved in years. So one day. So much video potential, so little time. Now this thing is just cruising along. Look at that. You can watch the plants actually grow as you get closer to them, which is interesting. Nice little visual track there. I should have used this with a trailer at the start, to be honest. The time in tipping over and rescuing twice, for fuel and for cargo, you could have just cruised to the trailer store, picked up what you needed. You could have even used a big trailer. Maybe driven these two and then gone along to get the 4, total of 6, and then get the logs later. Might have been difficult fuel wise, but maybe. Yeah, one of the nice things about these new maps is that you can actually use highway trucks. I mean, you're still gonna struggle a little bit on the off-road sections, but generally there is quite a lot of tarmac, and it does go around the map. So if you wanted to be all simulatory and you like folding your crane manually, then you could have a highway truck waiting on the tarmac and use off-roady trucks, or your friend could be in one and you in the other, and they go and get the stuff for you and bring it to the main road. I think that would be rather cool. It does seem like maps that are as big as this have more of a co-op friendly focus, or rather it's more encouraged. But being a big loner, I just play on my own and cry myself to sleep. I don't really. Well, no, I do play the game alone. I am meant to do some co-op stuff. I have not forgotten. I know my Discord probably wants to murder me for my general inability to turn up for things. But yeah, it's either because I'm ill or working. It is not. It's nothing personal. Unfortunately, full-time YouTube is pretty time-consuming, and I now write scripts for another channel, which is pretty cool, and I'm really enjoying it. But it means I have even less time. So there we go, 2 cement. Absolutely fantastic. And we'll just quickly recover because time is money. So now this has been an incredibly long video, so what I shall do is come back another time and we shall do the logging then. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I know it's not my usual thing, but my brain was just not up to writing anything particularly taxing. So yes, expect my best trucks for Season 8 and loads of other cool stuff very, very soon, including the first of my 3D printing projects. It is actually finished, which is incredible. It's taken God knows how long, but anyway, we're almost there. I just have a few little minor printing things to do, and then I shall reveal it. And then the one after that, which is also very nearly done, will be pretty epic. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves, eat your vegetables, subscribe, like, and share, and all that jazz. Take care. Bye.
3, 2, 1, go. 1 kilometer. Keep right. Attention. Danger 1. Bump. Dip. Rocks on the right. Keep right. Cap 3. Bump. Dip. Forward on track.